Powered by Riverside.
What happened? I said, go and get my mandatory like. Get your, oh my God, my like. Thank you. I give my like. My babies give you a like every day. I love that. Hello, how are you guys doing? Listen, hold on. Okay. I can't change the face of the thing right now because I'm live, so it leaves it like it is. Okay, but if y'all missed Raw, Raw just came on and it went off. Raw came on at 3. I did remind y'all, I might not have put it in the channel, but Raw came on at 3 today. It is just now going off at 5:38. Okay. It's a pretty solid show. And I kind of like this because we now get the rest of the day to decide whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do, we can do. Okay. So let's get into the show, ladies and gents. Okay. We're going to talk about it. We're also going to talk about Clash in Paris because there have been some significant changes to Clash in Paris that they finally, said today. They decided, let's tell them today. Oh, they was like, let's give it to them today. Right? Right. We love that for you. Any whoosies. Let me see. Did they put up the last one? Nope. 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 And nope. They ain't put up nothing, child. Hold on. So Raw kicked off with the Tribal Chief. Okay. Tribal Chief OTC1, as he likes to refer to himself. Okay. Hold on. Let me make sure I get all the stuff out here for y'all to see. Let me go to the rest of it. Did I put it over here? Nah. It's in the downloads. Where is my super suit? Shit. There it is. Okay. All right, here we go. The Tribal Chief kicked off the show. He had a pretty significant piece of the show today. He essentially was talking about, making his way back to the top of the mountain and how that was going to work out for him. He said that he has some work that he has to do and he is not finished, and he got big plans for this year and next year. He is working on putting himself in a specific space in the WWE universe, and he respects and he's glad that his people love him and he loves his people. He also said that, it felt like old times with the crowd chanting. Because let me tell y'all something. One thing about the UK and just overseas in general, they gonna make sure that their voices are heard, and they were loud when the OTC's music hit. He hadn't even come out there yet, and they were cheering for him. And when he came out there, it was a raucous response to Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns gets the same kind of response that his cousin The Rock gets, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Shawn Michaels, even Triple H, and of course the others from that era, including his counterpart, John Cena. Roman is at that pinnacle. Seth ain't quite got there yet, but Roman is there. And I got a video for that to explain all about why Seth isn't there yet and when he will get there. Okay? Got it. So, that video is coming. I promise. So, listen. Okay? Roman was out there and he was basically, he bigged up himself, but he more specifically gave a very specific talking point. And Roman basically said that He's at a point in his life where he's not the same man that he was once before. And the crowd was like, no, you are that guy. You still are that guy. And he was like, I'm not that guy, but I will be. And I can be that guy. But he says, there's no more bloodline. There's no more wise man. There's just me, you know? So, to that I say this. You was born in this world alone, and you will leave this world alone. And if your sole reliance of who you are is based off of the bloodline that you built and the people who cheer for you, then there is a bigger problem here. And I don't believe that that's how you see yourself. So, Tribal Chief Nino Brown, if you want to be respected, which you are, and if you want to get yourself back to the top, you're going to have to fight your way back there. No more shortcuts, no more wise man finagling shit for you. It's all about you and what you're going to do. Moving on. Bronson Reed came out and basically said, you are Samoan and I'm a Samoan, but we come from two different cloths. He said, I'm the Samoan that your forefathers warned you about. I'm the dangerous aspect of our culture. You paid for your tribal tattoos. I earned mine. So he said, while you're worried about what's going to happen in the next year or so, you need to be more concerned about next Sunday when I destroy you and take something else from you because I am the tribal thief. And of course, Roman told him Roman told him to kiss his ass before he whip his ass. The two men went back and forth, and prior to that, Pauline had his moment. Pauline basically said to Roman that he loved him before and he loves him now and he's always loved him. And just because of that love, he has to disrespect him. And I was just like, that's diabolical shit right there. That's crazy. That is crazy. Wild shit. Anywhoosies, Roman and Bronson Reed said they piece, and then Roman told him, if you froggy, then leap, my nigga. If you really got all this animosity and smoke, then you could come see me. And Bronson Reed left his shoes because he gave him an opportunity. He said, if you Samoan, then you know that I own your ass. So if that's the case, then you can bring your ass down here, apologize to my people for disrespecting them, apologize for taking my shit, and acknowledge your tribal chief, and all will be forgiven. We can move on. And Bronson Reed took the shoes off his neck and gave them to Pauline, brought his ass down to the ring, and he said, well, since you're not gonna do it, then I ain't got nothing else to say. We ain't gotta wait till Clash in Paris. We can have this shit right now. Roman got out, they start battling. They tried to keep him from fighting, almost was able to hit him with the tsunami, but Roman was able to hit Bronson Reed with a Superman punch. Now, this led to them fighting and brawling all the way in the backstage area, to which they were able to break up and move forward. That didn't stay that way, however. Now, what we got was a revisit of last week with Dragon Lee facing off against JD McDonough in singles competition. Dragon Lee ended up besting JD McDonough because of AJ Styles coming in for the save. Okay, AJ Styles got rid of Dominic Mysterio, who was coming in to help cheat. This was after Finn Balor had got thrown out from obviously attempting to interfere in the match. This led to a W for Dragon Lee, and of course, this led to JD McDonough and of course what's his name? Dominic Mysterio's not being too happy about the fact that JD lost his match, and not only that, but Finn got eliminated. So, well, Finn got removed from the match. So they went backstage, and once again, we see El Grande Americano having a conversation with Dominic Mysterio. And it seems like this little camaraderie between these two is going to collide at Worlds Collide. I believe this is going to be one of the heights of the century. And Dominic Mysterio is going to be the AAA champion, and he's going to steal that title from Vikingo. And of course, a lot of people are gonna love that. I'll be happy for Dom, but Vikingo is the champ. He's a damn good wrestler, a damn good champion, and I don't think that's fair to Vikingo. But I love a good story, and we'll see how it plays out. Now, we saw LA Knight in the back having a conversation with Jackie. And LA Knight basically is like, listen, he said, we heading into this match and everybody want to be friends. He said, you can't be friends. He said, one thing about it I'll say is I respect everybody except for Seth in this match. But he said, number one, what I can't stand is somebody who's trying to pull the wool over my eyes. He said, it looked like CM Punk was real happy, that I had went through that table. Did he come and check on me? No, he looked, saw me, and then, shrugged his shoulders as if it wasn't that big of a fucking deal. So if it wasn't intentional, fine. But it didn't matter because you got the end result that you wanted in the end, right? So he was like, no matter who I have to go through to get this championship, I will. And I'm going to take out all of them if I have to. Same thing for CM Punk. CM Punk said last week, I was just trying to make sure everybody was on the same page. Seth is a slime ball. He's going to send in reinforcements, and he himself will come in to stop anything from happening in this match. All I wanted was for us to be able to stick together long enough to get to the dance. But these two don't want to hear nothing I got to say. LA Knight is acting like he got everything in the bag, and Jay Uso, while I respect it, wants to do shit on his own. I was just trying to make sure everybody understood what was happening. That's it. That's all. But he was like, I'm gonna make sure when we get ready to go to Clash. He said, I'm not, focused. I'm not just hungry. I'm obsessed. I'm gonna get that championship. That championship was mine. I had it in my hands and it was taken from me. So I'm going back after it. And if he decides to be in my way, then so be it. And I was like, oh shit. The boys are fighting. Okay. Now Becky came out there, decided to berate Birmingham. That ain't none of my business. I don't know nothing about London. I don't know nothing about it. I has no if, ands, or buts. I have no dog in this fight. You heard me. So that ain't got nothing to do with me. But Nikki Bella came out while she was trying to berate Birmingham. Nikki Bella came out there and told her, like, if you're not a dog, then why you acting like such a bitch? And I was like, well, I mean, she got you on that front, but then Becky and her going back and forth was funny shit. I'm not even gonna lie. There was some points where Nikki got her together, but where she was wrong at is that she said that the Bella name was bigger than Becky. I don't believe that. I do think that they're both equally popular, but I do think that Becky is a major star um, over Nikki Bella at this current moment. Um, what else? The two of them went back and forth. They got some good one-liners on each other. It was okay. And Nikki was able to go Becky into a match. So they ended up having this match set for Clash in Paris. Now, what we did learn about Paris is that there's no title match for the women's title happening in Paris either. The main women's title is still vacated at this current moment, and I'm assuming that there will be some type of tournament set up that will end up happening at WrestlePalooza rather than them putting something together fast for Clash in Paris. What I am disappointed about is that Clash in Paris only has one women's match on it, and it should have more than that. Now, continuing on with the system of the women, we'll go to a segment. Bayley's segment came back up, and we saw Bayley fighting with the two sides of who she is: the role model, Ding Dong Bayley, and then, of course, the hugger, Nice Bayley. And then you just have Bayley. in my mind, Bailey has to learn how to coexist with all aspects of who she is. You can't let one side take over because one side doesn't have the compassion to take over and do it without harming everybody in the process. And you can't let the other side take over because this side is a pushover and allows other people to bowl over her. You have to have a balance between all of who you are, and then you proceed forward. It's okay for you to be selfish, for you to be vicious when it's necessary, for you to be narcissistic when it's necessary, and it's okay for you to want the women's division to advance, to put someone else over, and to allow someone else to be able to go through you to get to the top. It seems like Becky or Bailey is arguing with herself, and as soon as she understands that all of the aspects of who she is are needed in order for her to succeed, she will be successful. Now, what irked me is the fact that Lyra comes back. Lyra time out, has anybody heard from her? Bitch, you mind your business. That's what you do. The last time that I saw you and the last time that Bailey saw you, you damn near cussed her out. Which, if we being honest, Bailey owed you a fucking receipt, bitch. Now you can't challenge for the title again. That's your fault. Okay? I'm not finna give you nothing. You crazy in your motherfucking head. All you had to do was mind your business. Now you worried and concerned? Oh, hell no. I hope the first person she come back and whoop ass is yours. Because you got me fucked up. That's crazy. You are fugazi. Because what do you mean? I think something's really wrong with Bailey. Has anyone talked to her like things are getting out of hand? Girl, you are a part of her descent, ma'am. The fuck? Bitch, please go somewhere and sit down. Go somewhere and sit down, Lyra. You said I don't want no parts. I don't want to be a part of it. So continue to say that and continue to do that. Mind your business. Okay, let her crash out in peace. We don't have time to be holding your motherfucking hand, ho. I was gonna find some kind of way to make that about you, weirdo. Shit. I'm so upset with her. Anyways, the situation with Rhea, Io, Oscar, and Kyrie saying is bananas. Now, Corey said it's weird. It's not. Oscar explained it. And I wish they would have put that little clip from Oscar posting it on social media into the show, which would help people understand why Oscar is taking over the way that she did. Now, I'm going to briefly explain it so y'all can get into it. Now, Oscar is Io's senior. She's Io's vet. They go back into their Shimmer days, back into their New Japan days, okay? So, with all that being said, there was a hierarchy system there. And Oscar and Io chose to not acknowledge it and treated each other as equals. But it seems like now, because Oscar is so angry, that she's pulling rank. You feel me? Now, what had happened was Io lost the match to Roxanne because the girls was trying to help, but they inadvertently ended up giving Roxanne the W. Okay. Now, this made Io very upset. The girls argued, they fought, they said some things to each other, and then they went their separate ways. Kyrie looked like she was finna start crying. Okay. Now, fast forward the next week, Oscar comes up to Io while she's prepping for her match with Raquel, and she says that I apologize for what I said. I didn't mean to. It was just I was upset. And Io said, I understand. I apologize as well. You always gonna be my family. You always gonna be my homegirl. She was like, we gonna be out there with you tonight if you want us to be there. And Io says, I appreciate y'all wanting to be there. I love y'all, but I have to do this on my own. Oscar said, okay, you got this. Oscar respected it, right? So go out there, have the match, she wins. Boom. Then she getting beat up. No Kyrie, no Oscar. Now everybody was like, why they ain't come out there? The bitch told them not to come out there. What are you talking about? Like, she said, do not come out there. I have to do this on my own. What does that mean to you? What does it mean? Like, please find something else. So, Rhea come out there. Rhea comes out there for the save and saves EO from getting beat up. Now, Asuka's pissed because Asuka is like, you accept her help, but you won't take ours? And EO was just like, it's not like that. And then Rhea was like, listen, I know you said you didn't want nobody to come out there, but I couldn't stand in the back and let them beat you up like that. You know what I'm saying? I waited until the match was over and came out there to help. And EO was like, I understand. I appreciate your help. But then Asuka come up there, Asuka pissed. Because Asuka like, how come Rhea get to come out here and you can accept her help, but you don't want my motherfucking help? Oh, so what am I? Chopped liver? You don't give a fuck about me? You don't like me? Baby, the girls was fighting, okay? Now, this has led to them arguing and EO crashing out, Rhea standing there, and then Kairi Sane standing there about to cry. Kairi said, I don't want to have nothing to do with this. Now, Rhea says, hold on, y'all, turn my fan on, child. There you go. Anyway, Rhea standing back there, and Asuka told Rhea, she said, stay the fuck out of our business, ho. It ain't got nothing to do with you. Mind your business. So they run away. Fast forward to this week. Rhea's backstage prepping for her match with Raquel. EO goes up to her and EO says, look, I appreciate you and I respect you as a competitor and as a friend. But out of respect for Asuka and Kairi, they are my family. And I have to stick with my family. So we need to keep our distance. Rhea said, I respect you. You know that. And I understand what you're saying. So if that's what you want to do, I'm fine with that. They hugged. EO said bye. That was it. Now, Rhea had her match with Raquel. Raquel lost. Roxanne. Roxanne lost despite Raquel getting involved. The girls jumped her like they always do. It was a long time before EO came out there. It was very clear she was contemplating if she should come down there and help or not. But she was like, girl, I owed you a receipt for coming out there last week. So she came out there. They was able to take down both Raquel and Roxanne. Now, this didn't sit too well with Asuka and Kairi. Asuka came up to EO and Rhea in the back because Rhea said, well, so much for us, keeping our distance. And EO said, look, I owed you one for last week, which in all fairness, she did. So, EO anyways, so Rhea and EO was talking, and Asuka came up to them and said, you can't talk to her no more. You need to leave her alone. And EO trying to tell Asuka, like, girl, listen, I got this. Asuka said, I don't want to hear that shit. You can't talk to her no more. End of the conversation. And she grabs Kairi and she says, Kairi, you must trust me. You have to trust me. And Kairi says, EO girl, I'm sorry. I said, y'all mama said you can't talk to her no more. Y'all can't be friends. Y'all can't be friends no more. Not it's too early. That's crazy. He said, I don't like this because it's too early. Well, you got all day to celebrate your birthday, Donnie. All day long. You ain't got to worry about watching no Raw. You ain't got to worry about none of that. You got all day to go do whatever it is you want to do for your birthday. And you are free and clear to move about the cabin, child. By the way, it is Don's birthday today, y'all. Make sure y'all tell him happy birthday, okay? He is very much living his best life. Very much living his best life. Make sure y'all tell that man happy birthday. It is his birthday, and y'all know Don is one of the OGs, and he's one of my peoples. Okay? Y'all tell him happy birthday. You're not doing nothing till the weekend? Nigga. It's Monday. Shit. I don't like that. You gotta do something. It's your actual birthday. You need to have a cake, something. Ugh, I don't like that. I should start sending y'all cakes for y'all birthday. But it's work. I don't want to do no work. Nicole said I'm about to drink some wine, eat this pizza, and fold this laundry. Period. Period. All right. So let's move on. I want to see where this is gonna go with Oscar, Kyrie, and Io and Rhea Ripley because they got to have a champion crowned on that show. Stephanie Becker is obviously the number one contender. She just needs an opponent to compete against. So you can have a lot of people going after this championship. And if I was Raquel, I would say fuck them tag team titles and go after this title and see how Liv Morgan is so supportive of that. But she's so wrapped up in what Liv Morgan says and does, she can't even see past her own face. So I be trying with you, Raquel, but your ass is one of the weak big bitches I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen a big bitch like you so willing to follow somebody else and not go after your own shit. Now is the time for you to be free and to be dominant. And you just gonna sit here and wait for her to come back like some ass licking lackey? Ugh, that's so disappointing. It is so disappointing. I'm in Delaware on vacation. Okay, have a good time. Don, even if you don't have plans today, do something nice for yourself to celebrate you. Amen. Tell him, Nicole. Tell him. Tell him. do, do something, bro. Now, there was some matches that I didn't really care about, if I'm being honest, but they were still good matches nonetheless. This match with Penta and Kofi Kingston was actually pretty good. Funniest thing was Xavier coming out there dressed like he was finna go basically be the Ebenezer of the week. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, is it Christmas? Uh, they had a petition to ban the Mexican Destroyer because Xavier claimed his neck still hurt. Whatever makes you happy. He only got 28 signatures. They say he was. They said Grayson Waller was out there for like 8 hours and nobody signed it but 28 people. He's still petitioning to be in New Day. So much so that after Kofi stole his win over Penta, Grayson carried fucking Xavier to the back like a damsel in distress. It's the silliest shit I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen something so silly before in my life. The final match of the night was between Braun Breaker and LA Knight. Which didn't start off too well for the Vision. Roman Reigns came and attacked not only Breaker, but he also attacked Bronson Reed, which leads me to believe heading into Clash in Paris, once we get to Roman and Bronson Reed's match, I don't think that Bronson Reed is gonna beat Roman all by his lonesome. In fact, I think that Bronson Reed is gonna win over Roman Reigns, and I think he's gonna do it by cheating with Braun Breaker because Braun Breaker has no match going into Clash in Paris. He has nothing going on at the moment. And then we get to the match. LA Knight subsequently was wrestling Braun Breaker. I don't even know if Braun Breaker won the match or not. Like I don't remember. I don't remember if he won or not. Like, I'm so fucking confused. Did he win? Did he win the match? There's something wrong with me. This was after AJ Styles in Finn's match, which AJ Styles ended up winning. So okay, so Braun Breaker did beat LA Knight. It was a lot of interference in that match, but he ended up winning. I was just like, did he win? Did he win or not? She said Roman had ample opportunity to call Bronson broke for stealing his shoes. He definitely did, but he did not, babe. He did not. He didn't go there. He didn't go there. But LA Knight lost to Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker won. And then we had an attack from Seth Rollins, who had on this beautiful leather green suit. Oh, it was gorgeous. And he had on some simple white sneaks with it. Very simple outfit, but it was so dope. It was so cute. I just wish he would have had on a white tank top underneath it, because he don't never wear no shirt. But knowing Troy, it is a shirt. It's a two-piece, and it probably is a shirt, and he just wears it open like it's a jacket. Anyways, this led to an attack from everybody, and then we had Jey Uso come out there, even the odds. CM Punk came out there. All the boys started fighting. Seth got out the ring, and CM Punk and LA Knight started battling, and we had a talk between Roman and Jey Uso, and Jay seemed to be very conflicted with helping and being able to be out for himself. And Jey Uso just said straight up, I just want to be world heavyweight champion again. I want my title back. And Roman was like, I don't understand why you feel the need to go help everybody. He said, I don't understand what you feel like you're missing. It's been 20 years. You've been doing this 20 years. You've already helped everybody. You've done everybody. It's okay for you to be selfish and to go after what you want. You don't need permission to do that. He said, what are you gonna do? Just stand on the sidelines and help everybody else while you don't get what you feel like you deserve? Nah, fam. He was like, nah. Like, that's just me though. That's just how I feel. You feel me? You do whatever you want to do. But if it was me, I'd be going after that championship, and everybody else would just be a liability. And I'm like, facts. Like, no shade to CM Punk or LA Knight, but they not the only ones who want that title. And LA Knight ain't never touched it, ain't never held it, ain't never legally had it. But Jey Uso has, and CM Punk has. And while I like LA Knight and I would love for him to be champion at some point, either one of them could get that title back if they wanted to, and I wouldn't be mad about that. I wouldn't be mad about LA Knight being champion either. You know what I'm saying? But Roman is correct when he's telling Jey Uso to fuck all the noise and go after what you want. So Jay did exactly that. Jay went out there, got in his groove, and baby, super kicked everybody, laid out everybody. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, by the looks of what we saw, Jey Uso is going to be the odd man out in that match at Clash in Paris. I don't believe that he is going to win at Clash in Paris. He's not going to win. We got Clash in Paris is Sunday. And then next Monday, Raw comes on at 2:00. Not 3, but 2, bitch. 2:00. Because why you need them so bad? Can't take care of that kid? Here you go. I'm nice. I'm going to write you a check so you can take care of that family since I'm the tribal thief. I done went off too, Nicole. Because why you got my shoes around your neck, nigga? And then you going on press tours talking about how big my feet is. Are you okay? Like, is you cool, bitch? Is you cool? Like, why is you worried about my feet? What's going on? Like, do you need some help? Like, cause you got a bit of a foot thing going on, and I ain't trying to shame you. I'm just saying my feet, not the feet you should obsess over. You feel me? You should be more concerned with your feet. I got the audacity to say he got big clown feet and you wear 13. You are 2 sizes behind him, sir. Okay. Anywhoosies. And that was Monday Night Raw. There wasn't really a lot that went into it. But again, when we're talking about Clash in Paris, there's only one women's match on the card for Clash in Paris, and that is Becky and Nikki Bella's. That's it. That's all. Hold tight, y'all. I'm trying to see if they put the graphics card up for Becky yet. They did. They put the long one up. Ugh. They put the long one up. So there's 5 matches on the card for Clash in Paris, and they are as follows. We will go over the predictions and everything on Wednesday when I go live. Hopefully, I can record the podcast this week with the girls. But as far as Clash in Paris goes, right now, Nikki Bella is scheduled to face off against Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I hate that they did the paint swirls over their face because it really made Nikki Bella look like she got Uber bags under her eyes. But okay, whatever makes y'all happy. Now for the men, we got John Cena facing off against Logan Paul. The Fatal 4-Way for the men's World Heavyweight Championship. We have Bronson Reed facing off against Roman Reigns. And we have Sheamus and Rusev in a good old-fashioned Donnybrook fight. There is no other. Nope. Nope. Nope, they never scheduled them for a match going into Clash in Paris. For whatever reason, none of the other women's titles are being defended on these cards. And I am at the point now where I feel like WWE got to learn how to, the main roster specifically, they got to learn how to balance this booking better than this, because if I'm being honest, I don't give a damn about Rusev and Sheamus, and I hate to say that because I love Sheamus, but I don't care about Rusev and Sheamus. What you should have done is built up this feud between Rhea, Io, the Kabuki Warriors in time so that you could have had that match headed into Clash in Paris. But you gave us these mediocre promos from fucking Rusev. It's not. Let me tell y'all something. And I hate. I'm not gonna hate to say this. Rusev is boring. There's not really much to him. He doesn't have anything going for him. He needs somebody else to bounce off of. And that's not me trying to be disrespectful. That's just being real. Okay, he coming across like he's been this unleashed caged animal, and there's nothing about him that says that he is. It's just you just attack Sheamus, you attack people that aren't as strong as you, that can't combat against you as well as good, and you just make it so that you look like the victor in the end. It does nothing for you in terms of building you closer to a championship, making you a bigger star on the show. None of that. And this fight with Sheamus isn't going to take you anywhere either. So I'm not interested in this. I'm not interested in this at all. I don't care. And I really wish that they would have taken more time to curate something worthwhile. I don't know if this is more for the Parisian audience or what it is, but in my mind, the girls are just as popular, if not more popular, than the men are at this current moment. And you can build better stories here. This is a waste of time, in my opinion. It's a waste of time. So I don't know what they're gonna do, but they gotta fix this. Because I'm not happy. Not happy. Anyways, the PLEs are going to be quite thick for the next couple of months. We got at least 2 PLEs and a special for NXT. Like I told y'all last night, in October, we have Halloween Havoc. In September, we have No Mercy. And then there's another TV special for NXT. They're going home to Full Sail. This is all happening in September as well. And then for the main roster, we have WrestlePalooza happening in September. So we are overloaded with matches and shows in September. And then in October, the main roster is going to Perth to Crown Jewel. And then, of course, in October, Bound for Glory will be happening on the 12th. So all of this wrestling is being thrown at us, not to mention in November, we will have Survivor Series on the 29th in San Diego. And you'll have Full Gear for AEW in November, I believe, on the 22nd. It's either let me see. November. Yeah, it's on a Saturday. I believe Full Gear is gonna be on the 22nd, and then they'll have Survivor Series on the 29th. So we got a lot going on. We got lots going on here. But y'all make sure y'all rate, comment, and subscribe. And in 2 weeks, I will be filming, editing, and posting in September. Our new segment for Wrestle Eats is going to be cooking WWE superstars' favorite meals. That is coming. Me and Hubs have already planned it out. This first episode is going to be titled Cheat Meals, and we're going to be cooking all of the wrestlers or some of the wrestlers' cheat meals. This episode is going to be broken up into 2 parts. So y'all be on the lookout because Wrestle Eats is coming. And I'm really excited. And I chose this name because that's what y'all chose. I put a poll up on my community tab and in my channel, and everybody said that Wrestle Eats was the name. So that's the name. We had it down to like Eat Like a Superstar, and then it was Wrestle Eats. And everybody chose Wrestle Eats. So we're going to be cooking over here on this channel. I'm going to be showing y'all how to make some of your favorite WWE superstars' favorite foods. I'm going to put a few twists on one of them, and we're just going to sit down and chit chat about our favorite superstars' cheat meals and what we think about them. We're going to have a nice little time. Okay. With that being said, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys for coming over here. Thank you so much. Thank you, Aaliyah. Please turn on notifications. All right. I will be back live on Wednesday. Okay. We will come back over here and we will chit chat. You can follow me over on social media if you want to see my reactions to today's Monday Night Raw. I'm posting those as we speak. And don't forget to follow me, okay? I need y'all to follow me on all my socials. Everything is under the Psych Design TV banner or something under that variation. You'll be able to find me over on TikTok, over here, obviously. And you'll find me on Instagram for sure. All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.